You remember recently I did a video, I'm going to say between a month and 2 months ago, about the state of Illinois, out of money, lottery winners, sorry about your luck, here's an IOU if you won the big payday. Remember that video? I got a little addition to that. Illinois to delay pension payments amid budget woes. Quote, for all intents and purposes, we are out of money now. Thanks to Zero Hedge here. By now, Illinois' budget problems are no secret. Back in May, after the state Supreme Court struck down a pension reform bid, Moody's move to downgrade the city of Chicago thrust the state's financial woes into the national spotlight. Since then, the situation hasn't gotten any better. And despite hiring an all-star budget guru who gets paid $30,000 a month, per month, Bruce Rauner was unable to pass a budget in a timely fashion, leading directly to all types of absurdities, including everything from the possibility of shortened school years to lottery winners being paid, as I mentioned, in IOUs. Now, as Bloomberg reports, pension payments are set to be delayed. Bond payments, however, will still be made. Illinois will delay pension payments as a prolonged budget impasse causes a cash shortage, Comptroller Leslie Geisler Munger said. The spending standoff between Republican Governor Bruce Rauner and Democratic legislative leaders has extended into its 4th month with no signs of ending. Munger said her office will postpone a $500 million, so technically $560 million, retirement fund payment next month, and may make the December contribution late. Quote, this decision is choosing the least, get this, the least of a number of bad options. This decision is choosing the least of a number of bad options, Munger told reporters in Chicago on Wednesday. Quote, for all intents and purposes, we are out of money now. She said the pension systems will be paid in full by the end of the fiscal year next June. Quote, we prioritize the bond payments above everything else, she told reporters. We prioritize the bond payments above everything else. Now, why is that? Like the federal governments of the world, like the countries of the world, countries have to borrow their own money into existence. And municipalities, cities, states, etc., counties, also have to borrow money to do their, weekly, monthly, yearly things, right? Pay for all this stuff. You would think the very first time you ever heard of any government agency on the face of the earth saying, we need to borrow money in order to meet the budget and do this and that, at that point, wouldn't you say, well, gosh, you must be in a pretty crappy financial situation if you have to borrow money? I mean, that'd be a pretty common response, would it not? If you have to borrow money, you're already generating money from taxpayers, fees and license fees and this fee and that fee, school, tax, we're taxed to the hilt. And you still have to borrow money to continue your operations. So you're borrowing now, right? I'll gladly pay you tomorrow for a hamburger today. So why are the bond payments more important than retirees' extremely needed retirement payments, pension payments? If I've said this once, I've said it 400,000 times. The Roman Empire is today's United States of America. I've said this, I've been over this, I've done videos specifically on the Roman Empire and United States of America, the similarities. It crashed down, it collapsed as an empire. The United States is currently in the same process for the same reasons. Take the technology, that difference away, it doesn't matter. We're doing the same things that they did. You think this pension system's something new? You think this is a modern creation of modern, intellectually superior mankind, politician kind, I should say? No! No, it's not! The Roman Empire had the 20-year pension system. And it couldn't pay it. And it collapsed. And it went to war thinking it could pay it. We'll just keep warring and taking over new lands. But then expenses come with taking over those new lands, because we got to take over the people and the governments of those new lands, and we have to now pay for them. And I'd have a sneaky suspicion to say that I bet that the governments that they took over might not have been in the green on their financials at the time, so they inherited what they thought would be profitable, someone else's nightmare. I'll give you a little bonus. I'm over here at Walmart. Hang on. There's Walmart. There's no Jade Helm. They're workers. They're getting ready to open this sucker. What happened to Jade Helm? Where's the prison camps? Where's the barbed wire on top? Where's Dabu 7 on all this stuff? Dabu, what's up, baby? So it's the same stuff, and they're prioritizing the bonds because we don't want to get a bad rating again. If we get a crappy rating, we will have to borrow at a much higher interest rate on those bonds, and we're already strapped and can't pay what we have now, so all money right now has to go back to paying the bondholders first. And who are the bondholders? The financial institutions. That's who the bondholders are. Martin Armstrong was just saying in his documentary, you have got to, in order to fix this problem, there's only one key thing has got to be done. You have got to make it illegal. Write a law that states the governments cannot, under any circumstances, borrow money. And just think about how absurd that is. How in the hell? Who in the hell made up a system where your own country borrows money from a privately owned central bank that gets to print money whenever it feels like it? It has a money tree that grows money. It's your money, and then it lends it to you at interest. And here we are about to stare down the barrel of the worldwide epic collapse of financial everything. Economy, dollars, countries, it's going down. And their solution's going to be, trust us again. We're going to a new world, one world currency system. But trust us. It'll be backed by gold this time at least, so trust us this time. We want to trust these same people who designed this system, who refuse to change that system and just keep it going. Even though the 10th Amendment of the Constitution is still in play, it has not been repealed or changed at all, and says only gold and silver coin shall be used to settle all debts, public and private, etc. And there's a Supreme Court decision, I want to say in 1918, that said, well, someone brought a case and said, hey, well, this Federal Reserve was just created a few years ago. 1918 it was, all right, it was created in 1913. This is doing away with what the Constitution says is lawful money. The Supreme Court, of course, handpicked, Not necessarily. As long as the currency's backed by gold, this is still constitutional. It's okay. That ruling is still on the books. Now, hold on. 1971, everyone who was alive in 1918 who would have been brought that case has been long dead. 1971, we get taken off the gold standard. We're no longer backed by gold. At that point forward, why don't you bring that case back now? Because now we're not backed by gold. Currency is no longer backed by gold, therefore it is unconstitutional. So all debts, public and private, are null and void. This is incredible. You are witnessing the collapse firsthand. Take care.